to tell our viewers, these are pictures, in fact, that viewers have been sending us. On the right side of your screen is these are visuals, in fact, of our own building, of our own office here in Noida, where all our colleagues, in fact, evacuated the building as soon as they felt the tremors here. Earthquake tremors have been felt in Uttarakhand region. Also is the information that we have with us, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, National Capital Region. 2 earthquakes, and the one that was felt in Delhi NCR region is being touted as an aftershock essentially. 4.6 on the Richter scale and 6.2. 2 earthquakes essentially. Surinder, my colleague, in fact, is in Kathmandu getting us more details. Right now says the information is sketchy. This was the western part of Nepal, which is not very well habitated, and of course information is awaited on the extent of the damage. Too early to say anything because 2:51 p.m. and 2:52 p.m. that was the time when the earthquake essentially struck the western part of Nepal. Surinder was telling us that it's actually closer to northern India than it is to Kathmandu. So closer to the northern part of India, and that's the reason why it's bordering India, and that's the reason why we felt the tremors here in the northern part of the country. We'll try and go across to my colleagues also, Shivarur, also if we can, in fact, be joined by Shiv and my colleagues from Ground Zero also getting us up to speed. And the very first reactions of the people, because the tremors were very strong, and the instant reaction was to, in fact, leave the building in which most people were and to come out in an open space. And that really is, in fact, the protocol. Earthquake felt in the northern part of India. The epicenter is Nepal. That's what we know. These are pictures, in fact, on your screen coming in from some of these pictures, in fact, are being sent in by viewers of India Today, who have essentially sent us their experience and what they saw when the earthquake struck. Tremors that were felt in various parts of northern India and Punjab, Haryana, Delhi National Capital Region, Noida is what we know, also Uttarakhand. The epicenter of the earthquake is Nepal, and we have a confirmation on that. 4.6 and 6.2. Now the location really is near Gularia and Lumbini province in Nepal. This is western Nepal, is what we know. At about 2:51 and 2:52, earthquakes were felt. 2 different estimates given as far as the Richter scale is concerned. 4.6 and 6.2. There are some details of the depth as well. And what we know is that it's about 10 kilometers as far as the depth is concerned. But the tremors were certainly felt here in northern India. Closer to western Nepal is share the border. And that's the reason why in Uttarakhand, in Punjab, in Delhi, NCR region, Noida, that's where we felt the tremors of this earthquake. 6.2 on the Richter scale. Still awaiting more details as far as Nepal, in fact, is concerned, vis-a-vis if at all there have been any reports of devastation and injuries. We are awaiting those details. The epicenter of this earthquake was Nepal. The National Center for Seismology has pinned the epicenter of the earthquake to Nepal. Massive tremors are felt in Delhi after 2 earthquakes in Nepal, one of magnitude 4.6, the second one 6.2. The depth of this earthquake was 5 kilometers. The first earthquake hit Nepal at about 2:25 before being hit by the second one at 2:51 p.m. Earthquake of magnitude 6.2 occurred today. 5 kilometers was the depth. The location was Nepal, is what we know. This at 2:51. Before that, the earthquake of 4.6 magnitude on the Richter scale was in fact felt in Nepal again. Essentially the second one, that of 6.2 magnitude, was an after shock that was felt. Tremors are felt in the National Capital Region and Noida. Also, we have some reports of the tremors being felt in the Uttarakhand region, which is closer to the western Nepal border. Western Nepal is where the earthquake's epicenter was. This was the Baluwa area of Gorkha district, which is 140 kilometers west of Kathmandu, is what we know. In fact, these are details coming in right now of 2 earthquakes that we are picking up from the National Center of Seismology and also this Department of Seismology in Nepal. 4.6, I beg your pardon, and 6.2 on the Richter scale. Details of the earthquake in western Nepal, tremors of which strong ones are felt in the national capital region. There were 2 earthquakes, or rather 1 earthquake, and the second one is being said to be an aftershock. Was also, in fact, the tremors of the same were felt in northern India, Delhi and the surrounding NCT, or the National Capital Territory of Delhi, the National Capital Region. Earlier, in fact, today there were 2 earthquakes. One was at 2:25 p.m. The magnitude was 4.6. The second one was at 2:51. The magnitude was 6.2 on the Richter scale. The tremors have been felt in the northern part of India. We are waiting for more details on the same. But right now, what we know, and this of course is from anecdotal evidence, is that the tremors were extremely strong. And these are pictures, in fact, from our very own office here in Noida, where our colleagues were seen evacuating the office building as is the procedure. Twin earthquakes felt in the Delhi NCR region, parts of North India, Punjab, Haryana, Uttarakhand is what we know. The epicenter of the earthquake is western Nepal, very close to the Indian border, essentially to the northern part of the country, to Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana region, and also to the national capital and the national capital region. Hence the tremors were felt in the NCR area as well.